Hey, hi, beautiful air signs. This is for Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. This is your January 2022 reading, and it's for Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And if during this video it lags or skips, I am doing this live because my computer keeps crashing. So apparently it still has some form of dementia when it just freezes up, which is why I am doing it live. So I apologize if during this video that happens. So your January 2022, your spirit animal that is around you is, interestingly, the dragon. And if you saw what I look like 3 minutes before this video, you would be laughing at this as well. So dragon is supernatural. You are the ancient wise sage. You can shape, shift at will. Mastery is your destiny. Rise with dignity. So when I see dragon, I always think of fire and like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. So I feel like for all of us collectively in January, it's going to start off kind of like challenging. But towards the end of the month, it's actually going to do a 180. It's going to be completely different. So the theme for your January is wisdom and healing. So you're definitely going through, as we all are, all the other signs, because I think this is the last reading that I'm doing tonight. So I covered all the other signs already. So collectively, we are all going through some kind of transformation. It's going to start off very challenging, just like these videos have been for me, because I can see it like lagging. I'm not sure if the final result will be different, but I can see what it's doing and there's nothing I can do about it. So I do notice that there's two things. One, you have a lot of wisdom. So you have being wise with the dragon, and then you have wisdom with the owl. I do feel like for some of you, the owl's been showing up, or the dragon. Those two seem to be standing out. So either the owl or the dragon has been showing up for you lately. I highly recommend you Googling the name of either owl or dragon, spirit animal, or spirit meaning, and whatever pops up for you is definitely going to be your message, because there is definitely some synchronicity between the dragons and the owls. The numbers that show up are 2, 9, and 7. The number 29 or the number 7. So if that, and 7 is showing up quite a bit. So for some of you, the number 7 seems to be significant. What you are experiencing right now that you need to let go of, that's holding you back, is the root chakra possessions. So you may be in fear, which is understandable, about your things, whether it's finances, material things. You may be afraid of losing the material things you have gained. So this is going to be a big challenge for you in January, as well as something that's been going on for you. It's just emphasized in January because it's really trying to push you to let go of these attachments as a representation of who you are, because it's not. And I know you know this, and I know we're conditioned to believe we need certain things to survive, but we will be learning very soon that is absolutely not true. It was just a conditioning. So something big is happening for all of us on the planet, and something big is happening with our conditioning over the centuries, just humanity in general. So something is definitely changing and shifting, and everything we are currently experiencing is a part of this shift. Right now, the energy you're in is surprise, surprise, third eye chakra, the mind. Air sign is the mind. So not only are your intuitive gifts amplifying, magnified, something with like not being able to sleep or restless sleeps. Bizarre. I feel like just bizarre dreams that you probably can't even remember. Just like some weird shit going on when you sleep, either thoughts or dreams, something like that. But in your waking time, it's all about the overthinking. How are you going to, let's do it this way. How are you going to save your things? Let me figure it out. This is where you kind of are stuck because your biggest challenge, your greatest outcome is your self-esteem, who you are. You've attached these things to who you are. You're validating who you are through these things. And if you lose these things, then who are you? And you've been getting messages, you've been getting guidance, you've been getting clarity. And then there's the wisdom again. So there's something about your soul that's very old that is going to smack you in between those thoughts and remind you of who you really are. So there is some kind of epiphany coming from the way you think. Like, you're probably so caught up in your head thinking so much that all of a sudden you're going to think yourself into an epiphany. Let's see. Ooh, cards are just flying out. So interesting, because this is where I feel like you feel right now, that you are just defeated, like exhausted, wiped. And I never noticed this about this card, but on the wall, if you can see the shadows right there, some guy is holding his hand out above him, but he can't even see it because he's so just defeated and looking down, looking away from the light. But up by the light, if you look, there are shadows of people that are there to help him. And he doesn't even notice this because he's just exhausted and like just ready to give up. And it's interesting because as soon as we are ready to give up, that's when the shift happens. So it really is about surrender. And based on the way we've been conditioned to be with humanity in general, we don't give up easy. You know, we're fighters, we're troopers. We just don't give up. So surrendering may be a belief that it's a sign of weakness and that we need to be doing things, otherwise we are nothing. And at least I am starting to learn that sometimes you don't need to be doing constant things. Sometimes you just need to be, and sometimes things don't work out, just like me making this video. Sometimes things aren't meant to work out, but in my mind, it's something I needed to do. And it's something that, and I'm sharing this because I feel like this is something that you can relate to, that you're in here, like you're putting all your time and effort into something. You're really trying to make something work. You think it's, you know, an expression of you because you put so much of your energy and your time into it. And like, if this doesn't work, then what is it? Then who am I? Then I'm going to lose everything. That I know that's not the case. And I know you can feel that. It just sucks when it's happening. But it's bringing you to power. So this despair that you're in, this kind of defeated, I can just feel it just feels so heavy. Like some of you may be having like neck and shoulder problems, like you're carrying the weight of the world on you. Like you just feel like I have to move forward. I have to keep doing this. But you're exhausted. For some of you, I feel like you really need to take care of yourself. You need to make sure that you eat right and rest when you're tired, and you're probably not sleeping very well to begin with. But if throughout the day you need to take a nap, then take a nap. Listen to your body. Your body is telling you what you need, because I feel like for a lot of the earth signs, they are really physically feeling the wrath of all this. And out of all the signs I've read, physically, I feel more achy doing this reading, which tells me that a lot of the air signs are physically feeling the aspects of the mental exhaustion that some of you may be in. What's interesting is you have love begins, and foundations and achievements. Now, this can mean two aspects, and I'm going to poll on these, each one separately in a second. But I feel like that there's opportunities for you to start something that you're very passionate about. And in order to move forward with that, you may have to let go of this. And this is what gets you nervous. However, you have the material harvest. So you moving into this passion, into this thing, it's not blindly. It might feel like you're doing it blindly because you don't know what it's blindly. You have everything that you need because this is where what you've been working towards for a very long time. And you didn't see the results of all your efforts until now. So don't base, and I'm trying to figure out how to put this into words. Don't base all the time and energy you've been putting into something that did not come to either fruition, or it didn't manifest, or it didn't go the way you hoped it went, or it went half-assed. Don't base your self-worth on that particular outcome, because that wasn't the outcome. That was a stepping stone to get you to the outcome that you're moving into towards the end of the month. And I hope that makes sense to you. Trying to feel like how else can I explain this, but don't judge the outcome of your past efforts on what you're currently attaining, because what you're coming into is a result of years of energy, of years of focus, of years of work. That's what this outcome is taking you. And maybe you don't know how all of that energy, time, and effort accrued until you see the outcome towards the end of the month. Because towards the end of the month, we are going to be in a very different place. There is no doubt about that. Every single one of us will be in a different place. As I said earlier, and I said it with all the other readings, January may be challenging for us to step into, because we're stepping into it with the current energies of 2021. We're going into a new year with the weight, the luggage, and it's nothing that you need to do. I mean, it's something that just is. You can't just get rid of shit like this, even though it's easier said than done. Just be aware of it. Just be aware, there are some things that I'm bringing in that I know I shouldn't, whether it's relationships, and relationships don't only have to be romantic. It could be friendships. It could be family. It could be anything, any type of relationship that you're not vibing with the person anymore, but they're kind of trickling into 2022 with you. There's a reason for it. About why is it saying my connection? I don't know. Anyway, I'm so over technology, by the way. I just am. So you have feel free, free from judgment, free to love. So this is your epiphany moment that you're going to have. This is that shift that's going to take place at some point in January. Now, when? Free will. At some point in January, you're going to go from this energy of judging yourself and feeling like you screwed everything up and you just don't do anything right, or really it's this energy. Where's the defeated energy? It's this energy. You're freeing yourself from this energy, and you're learning to love yourself, open your heart. Now, the other aspect of love begins is relationship. And I feel like for some of you, you are a little resistant in opening your heart when it comes to new relationships, because there may be some old shit that you're carrying in. Not that you haven't worked on it, but maybe obviously it's unconsciously, because if you knew, you would get rid of it. But within this self-love, this self-epiphany that's going to happen, this self-awareness, you're going to be aware of this aspect that's blocking you, and you're going to open yourself up to love, because there is love around you. Now, for some of you, you do know this person and you're aware of this person. And for some of you, this person will be brand new, someone that you are just going to like meet in such a bizarre way. I feel like this sun is like a weird way to meet someone. And if you're already in a relationship, the relationship will just continue to grow because nothing came up in the cards that is like a red flag or anything or something that you need to be aware of. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. And now these cards are all kind of resonating with this. There's a theme. You see the cards has a theme with you becoming aware of who you really are on the deepest level, getting rid of some old shit, thinking that you are your things and you realize you're not. So beyond the mind, the heart beats. This is you getting stuck in your head. And once you let go of that and you allow things to flow, you're going to really connect to who you are, which brings you to the love begins. And the free from judgment and free to love is every aspect of your life, not just romance, but this has to do with the relationship that you have with yourself. I think the theme for January for the collective is self-awareness, self-love, self-acceptance, because until we have that, we can't have it with someone else. So don't get discouraged if you're not in a relationship just yet. There's a reason. You're clearing something out. And here is the owl again after the storm. There's the owl. So I knew that the owl for some of you, and if not, maybe the owl just started coming and now you're not going to be able to stop seeing the owl. I don't know, but the owl is significant after the storm. And if you see him, he's flying with the Merkaba. This here is a Merkaba. And the Merkaba is considered to be the ascension, sacred geometry. You know, there's a lot of Merkaba meditations. I don't know why I can't think of the words right now, so I'm just babbling. But the Merkaba is a very significant symbol to ascension. And if you look, he is flying, holding on to it. So this is you discovering who you really are, and you're flying into the light with this new energy. So January may start off a little shitty, but it's going to end. I almost want to say with the bang, but it's going to be, you're not going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised how everything unfolds to this outcome, because you're going to realize all the time and effort you put into it over the years has accumulated to this point. So things are going to make sense. Things are going to make sense, and you're going to set yourself free. Your health will improve because, like I said, I felt very achy, very drained, drawn. There could be like depression, anxiety, and when you have depression, you get very achy, and there's just a lot of physical ailments going on, like achiness. If you have some kind of issue going on with your health, it will improve because you are clearing out the energy that is contributing to it. And not the right time. So, and that I feel like is a reminder. If you see how she has her arms open, like the things that aren't working out the way you expected or you hoped for, whatever it is, it's just the wrong timing. Don't take it personal as if you are a major screw up and you can't do anything right. And I don't know why I feel like some of you, that seems to be a theme. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with timing. Divine timing is always everything. So I wish you all a very happy new year. If you're seeing this before January 2nd, on January 2nd, I am doing the new moon in Capricorn Circle, and we'll be doing a 2022 vision board. So I would love for you guys to join me for that. If you're watching this video afterwards, then the video will be available. And I still encourage you to make your 2022 vision board. So I wish you all an abundance of love, light, health, wealth, happiness, prosperity, and anything else that you need to get through this January. Hang in there, my friends, and I will see you all next year. Bye, guys.